Hi everyone, today we're going to do a little bit of mudlarking in London and then we're going to take a trip out to the Thames Estuary to see what we can find over there and do a spot of beachcombing. That is such a good feeling. That is a good feeling when you pull a whole pipe out of the mud. Nothing beats it. Does that sound sad? I can't wash it off right now because my hands are too cold, but we'll have a closer look at it later. It's a little beauty. It's half a pipe. Now if you look down there you can see in that pool a tiny pipe bowl. It's just here and it's very small. In fact I would say that it's probably from the end of the 16th century or very early 17th century. You see how small it is. Absolutely tiny. If you compare it with one that I found earlier, so there it is. For example, to this one. See the difference in size? Mummy pipe and baby pipe. Here's a pipe in the weeds here. Oh, and I can see a maker's mark on it. Just there. Imprinted on the heel. It's like an 18th century pipe by the looks of it. The tide's coming in and I can just see a pipe bowl here. Nestled in the mud. So this little bullet I found in the puddle on the mud. I don't find too many like this and I'm not too terribly sure how old it is or where it comes from. And so I'd be very grateful if some of you bullet experts out there could enlighten me, please. So this is interesting. It's not old. It's quite interesting though. It is a very colourful ball of plastic. Very intricately done. I should put that in my bag. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, it opens up, look. Oh, wow. Very unique. Okay, so I'm back home now, so I'm just going to run through a few of the finds that were featured on today's video. And we've had quite a pipe kind of day, really. And so let's start with this half a pipe here. This half a pipe, which is just in perfect half. It's just wonderful, really. But it does have the name of a pipe maker on it that I recognise, and it's T. Stubbs, and this is Thomas Jephthah Stubbs. And he is a local pipe maker in southeast London. He made his pipes in Plumstead, and he is from the 19th century. He actually died in 1912. I think he was born in something like 1840. So this pipe's got a really nice design with like a pickaxe and a shovel. I'm not sure what that represents, maybe another Masonic kind of symbol. I did look it up, it said something about mining, but I'm not sure, so if anybody knows, please feel free to let me know. Thomas Stubbs, he had quite a hard upbringing. He grew up in a workhouse, and him and his brother left when they were in their teens. I think he was about 15. And he moved to southeast London and eventually started his own successful pipe making company. His father was also a clay pipe maker, but he was ill and he didn't make very much money at all and died when Thomas was very young. So that's his pipe there. This beautiful pipe that I was so excited to find in the mud, which is completely whole, not broken at all, and it has faded now. You can see it's gone slightly whiter now that it's been out of the mud for a while. But it has on the side of it, on one side it has Greenwich. So that tells us that the pipe maker came from Greenwich. And on the other side, I've been able to make out J. Kemp. And I've looked up J. Kemp, and he was indeed a pipe maker in Greenwich in the mid-1800s, around about 1850 to 1860. So he made this beautiful, detailed clay pipe. And even the stem is very, very pretty and intricate. So I'm very pleased with that. And now here's these 3 pipe bowls which I found in the same afternoon, starting with this really tiny one, which is one of the tiniest pipe bowls I've ever found, actually. And I think that it certainly could be from perhaps the end of the 16th century, but early 17th, definitely. It's so tiny, and I've been comparing it with some of the ones on this chart here, which depicts some of the earlier pipe bowls. I definitely think it comes from before 1640 in any case. And then we have this pipe bowl here, which also I think I've been comparing it to some on this chart of pipes, and it looks to me very similar to the one at the top there, with the same sort of heel flat there. And that one comes from early 18th century, so probably 1720, something like that. And then we have this one, which also looks very similar. The heel here looks very similar to this pipe there, and that as well comes from between 1720 and 1740. So 3 really very early pipes, particularly that little one. Now here's this bullet which I found. I find a lot of bullets, a lot of ammunition, some of it live, some of it not live. But this one, I think, is a little bit older than the usual rounds that I find, and I wondered if anybody might be able to enlighten me as to when this one would come from and what it comes from. One of the things I love to do when I'm not mudlarking is to go beachcombing, and for this I often go out to the Thames Estuary where I can pick up lots of driftwood, pieces of rope and other bits and pieces that wash up on a regular basis. Unfortunately, I often find a lot of plastic when I go out to the estuary, so what I tend to do is I take a big bag and collect up as much of it as I can. And then I try and create a little bit of art on the beach and take a photograph of it before I collect it all back up again and take it home. So yesterday I went out to the Thames Estuary and I thought you might like to accompany me and see what it's like and see what I found. So I'm just walking along the Thames Estuary and just spotted this exciting looking box underneath a little sort of bridge. Looks like somebody's put it there. Let's have a look and see what's in it. Very exciting. Ooh, so there's a notepad. Please read. Ooh, okay, very exciting. Geocache site. Congratulations, you found it, intentionally or not. What is this hidden container sitting here for? What the heck is this thing doing here with all these things in it? It's part of a worldwide game dedicated to GPS users called geocaching. Ooh, okay. If you found this container by accident, great, you're welcome to join us. We ask that you please do not move or vandalise the container. The real treasure is just finding the container and sharing your thoughts with everyone else who finds it. If you wish, go ahead and take something, but please also leave something of your own for others to find and write it in the logbook. If possible, let us know that you found it by visiting the website listed below. Okay, where's the website? Here it is. Okay, well, I shall visit the website. How exciting. Let's have a look and see what's in here. There is a train ticket from the 9th of April 13. There is a picture of a dashing young man in a turban. Oh, hang on, there's got something written on the back as well. Okay. And all sorts of goodies. A pen, some earplugs, a little toy, all sorts of things, a little star. Jesus said, I am the light of the world, St Helens Church 2010. And there's a book. Okay, well that's exciting. I'm going to write something and then I'm going to put it right back where I found it. So I've just written a little note in the book saying, hello, came across this today by accident. We've been beachcombing and mudlarking and collecting plastic. Putting everything back safely in the box and we'll stash it away for the next person. How exciting. So I'm here collecting plastic to make a picture on the beach. There's a lot here. Just found Spider-Man. See what else I can find. Okay, so I've filled a bag with lots of bits of plastic, so I'm going to tip it out now, and I'm going to attempt to build a cormorant. Let's see how I get on. So engrossed in doing my plastic that I didn't notice a massive great ship. So start off with a little outline of what vaguely looks like a cormorant. Vaguely. At first I thought it looked a bit like Gonzo from the Muppets, but we'll see how he progresses.